early on, I did something similar to you. I was an event planner. Not by design.
Really?
Not by design, kind of by necessity. So at the time, I was using LinkedIn to network with people locally in Columbus, Ohio. Midwest life, baby, you know? You're from the state up north, and I'm from your neighbor in the south.
The little brother.
Yeah. And so I had one mentor said, why don't you check out LinkedIn? Maybe you can find some job opportunities. And that's where I was meeting these other influencers, CEOs, executives in Columbus who were working or owning companies. I was building relationships on LinkedIn in 2008 and 2009, early days. And I was building a lot of relationships. And I would just ask people questions when I connect with them and say, hey, what's the biggest challenge you're struggling with right now in your business? And they would tell me. And then I would try to connect them with other people on LinkedIn. So I was essentially like a business matchmaker, but I was just doing it to help people.
You weren't getting paid?
Not getting paid. I was just kind of like, okay, cool. I know this person in Columbus as well that I connect with on LinkedIn. Let me connect you guys.
But what made you want to do that?
I didn't have any other skills or any other way to add value, but I was gaining wisdom from these people I was connecting with. Some of them would jump on a call with me and they would give me some advice. Some of them would tell me how they overcame some challenge in their business. I would meet with some of them locally. And I would just always ask them questions and ask them like, hey, what's your big struggle in your business right now? And they say, oh, I really need a designer. Or I'm really looking for a social media person because social media is coming up. I'm really looking for an IT guy. And I would just try to find the solution for them. I would try to find the person in the local market who could potentially be their solution to their problem.
So you did it to learn, not to earn.
That was it, man. I just wanted to learn from people. And then I was just like, I don't know what to do. I can't do anything for them. I don't have a skill. I couldn't work for them. So I was like, well, let me help them solve a problem. And I was really good at building relationships at that time. So that became a skill and an asset. So I was building this local community. And I remember I started to go to these meetups. In 2008, there was this thing called tweet-ups. There was a Twitter meetup. I don't know
Really?
if, you were like how old then?
18. I was in high school, so no, I was 16-ish.
So I'm like 24 or something, right? 23, 24. And Twitter was becoming a thing in 2008, 2009. And so they started like, some celebrity said, I'm doing a tweet up in some city somewhere, and then everywhere else around the country, people were like, all right, let's do a tweet up, which was a Twitter meetup. And one of the influencers would message out, okay, we're gonna meet at this restaurant or this lounge or whatever at this place and this time, and then like everyone would go in the local community. And I went to one of these and there was hundreds of people there. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is really powerful because I'm meeting all these people, interesting people in the city who are doing different things. And as I was using LinkedIn almost daily to connect with people and to meet people and try to find opportunities, I said, maybe I can do a LinkedIn meetup. And so I remember I did a LinkedIn meetup, my first meetup. I'd never done an event before. I had no clue what I was doing. I was 23, 24. I had no job. I had no money. I had no business doing this. I was not an event planner. But I saw this tweet up thing and I go, maybe I can make some money here. Because a lot of people were finding value of connecting in person. So I said, instead of connecting on LinkedIn people, why don't I meet everyone in person, do a free LinkedIn meetup, and see if I can sell like a couple sponsorship tables. So I sold 4 sponsorship tables for $250 each, where I just had a table out where they could put out their promotional materials. And I had a free event. And my first event was in St. Louis, Missouri, because I lived there in high school and I had a good connection there too. So I started building these LinkedIn groups in different cities: Columbus, Cleveland, St. Louis, LA, New York. It's kind of LinkedIn New York, LinkedIn LA groups, business professionals. I still have these groups today. They have hundreds of thousands of members.
Wow.
And I started cultivating people in these groups, adding them one by one, reaching out to people in the cities and saying, hey, join this group, here's a link. People would join, they'd share. It's about little communities. I did my first event in St. Louis. 350 people showed up.
Wow.
350 people.
That's a lot of people.
Now it's free. It was like a 3-hour networking mixer, right? So I called a venue that I knew in St. Louis and I said, what's the slowest night of the week? They were like Wednesday. And I go, okay, can I use the venue for free if I bring people that night and if I help you sell like drinks and appetizers? And they said yes. So I didn't have to pay for the venue because I got the slowest night of the week. And then when I got there and all these people came, it became the busiest night of the week for them. They made more money that night from selling like alcohol and drinks and food. They were like, this is incredible. So I made $1,000 from these, sponsors. I made the restaurant and bar a ton of money that they were really happy with me. They're giving me free food. They're like, oh, anytime you want to do this, come. And I started to think, oh, maybe there's something here. I made my first $1,000 doing a networking event. And I said, I wonder if I could charge $5 at the door and if people would still come. So let me charge $5. So now the next event I do, I charge $5. Again, 300 something people show up.
If you enjoyed this short clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to start generating passive income, our team put together an amazing guide on how to start generating passive income for free. All you gotta do is click that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.